Good morning and welcome to the VSA Morning Miner. It is 2022. Happy New Year, Paul. Great to have you with us. How are you doing?
And Happy New Year to you as well. I'm fine, thanks. Fine.
Good. Well, Andrew starts the year in Vancouver, so it's you and me this week. Unsurprisingly, first day of trading, it's relatively quiet, but what have you got out there?
Whole pieces of news out here. Start out with Firefinch, which is the miner in Mali for gold, but also has the big Goulamina lithium spodumene project there, also in Mali. The board has given the final sanction in order to put the Goulamina mine into project development here at this point. And that's essentially backstopped by their joint venture partner, Ganfeng, who is going to also backstop any kind of debt component behind the mine. Specifically, it's a 2.3 million ton per annum throughput project in the DFS, but they've modeled it out to 4 million tons per annum, and the Ganfeng is strongly tipping here that they would just as soon put the capital expenditure in order to move that to 4 million tons per annum as soon as possible. That raises the capex estimate from the DFS up to $255 million US from what was just under 200. So it is a capital cost increase, but given the IRR at 83% on this particular project, I don't think Ganfeng has any issue behind how profitable or how big this project is going to be for them. So they're going right ahead with it.
And given that it's a pegmatite project, they'll probably be relatively confident that they can fast track this.
Yes, and because they had been invested with Neometals here in West Australia with a spodumene project previously already, so they're quite familiar with scaling and ramping up spodumene deposits. This will be a little bit different for them, being in what would be considered an emerging market country and in Africa, but I don't think they would have a particular difficulty with it myself.
Yeah, and although that probably doesn't change the supply-demand outlook too much for the lithium market, it doesn't look like there'll be any significant additions to supply in the next 6 months or so. The projects that are at advanced stage of construction, they're going to be facing supply chain issues, particularly as a lot of those are in remote locations. Execution is going to be tough, so I'd expect some delays. So prices look like they should stay firm.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few announcements from some gold companies as well today. Should we run through those?
Yes. First off, here we have dual listed Canada gold mine developer Pure Gold, which is listed here in London. Significant management changes here as of the 1st of January, where Darren Lebrens has been replaced as CEO and steps off the board by Mr. Troy Fierro as a mining engineer. Also, Chris Halbrick, the Vice President of Business Development, has replaced Sean Tetzlaff as CFO. And the corporate controller has been Ashley Cates has been promoted to Vice President of Finance. This is all, it's quite detailed press release here, and it clearly shows here that some significant management changes are being made in order to improve performance at the mine site, in order to get the profitability and the mill throughput running higher. And they've had some success with that, with changes being made here in December, which have got both the tons milled and the grade profile rising here at this point. So it looks like the board has stepped in order to make these management changes in order to recover the share price, which has sold off quite a lot in the last 12 months here.
Yeah, it does look like it's a change on the back of the share price and a number of placings over the last 18 months after the project financing. So we will see if this is enough to turn it round. Anything else, Paul?
Real quickly, Caledonia Mining, which is the London quoted Zimbabwe gold miner, they declared a quarterly dividend of 14 cents US a share that'll be paid on the 28th of January. And that represents a 104% increase on the dividend they paid this time 2 years ago in 2019. The company plans to produce at least 73,000 ounces this year from the Blanket mine in Zimbabwe. And then finally, wanted to mention to the company by the name of ASX listed Rafaela Resources, which is a tungsten mine redeveloper in Spain. They've been adding to their project portfolio over the last several months here, and they announced today that they've will be purchasing the San Finks project in Spain, which is just 50 kilometers from their primary project, Santa Comba. Tungsten tin project at San Finks that was operating as recently as 2017. So there is some synergies in the development on that basis, I think.
Excellent. Okay, well, I think we've covered plenty there. So we'll call it a day and we'll be back tomorrow. Thanks, Paul, for your thoughts. Speak to you soon.
Very good. See you then.